Have you ever wondered what would happen if you broke the law in ancient Rome? Let's just say you wouldn't get off with a slap on the wrist. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving deep into the dark side of the Roman Empire, exploring the 10 most cruel and unusual punishments they devised. Grab a seat, because this is going to be an intense journey back in time. Kicking off our list at number 10 is *fustrarium*. This was a punishment reserved for Roman soldiers who deserted their post or fell asleep on watch. It was a form of military execution where the condemned soldier was beaten to death by his own comrades, using clubs and stones. It was a brutal message. The safety of the legion depended on every single man, and failure was not an option. It was a harsh but effective way to maintain discipline in the ranks. Coming in at number 9, we have *damnatio, ad bestias*, which literally means condemnation to the beasts. This was a particularly gruesome form of public execution, usually reserved for the worst criminals and enemies of the state. Condemned individuals were thrown into an arena, completely unarmed, to be torn apart by wild animals like lions, bears, or tigers. This wasn't just punishment. It was a spectacle for the masses, a terrifying form of entertainment that showcased the absolute power of Rome. At number 8 is a punishment that might sound familiar: decimation. This was another form of military discipline, but it was applied to an entire unit that had shown cowardice or mutinied. 1 out of every 10 soldiers chosen by lot would be executed by the other 9. Imagine the psychological terror. Your fate rested entirely on chance, and you could be forced to kill a friend you had fought alongside just moments before. It was a chillingly effective method for restoring order and obedience. Next up at number 7 is crucifixion. While often associated with a single historical event, crucifixion was a common Roman punishment for slaves, pirates, and enemies of the state. It was designed to be a slow, agonizing, and public death. The victim would be nailed or tied to a large wooden cross and left to hang, sometimes for days, until they succumbed to exhaustion and suffocation. The public nature of this punishment served as a powerful deterrent to anyone who dared challenge Roman authority. Sliding into the number 6 spot is *cullius*, or the punishment of the sack. This was a truly bizarre and horrifying fate reserved for those found guilty of parricide, the killing of one's own parent. The condemned was first scourged and sewn into a leather sack along with a collection of live animals: a dog, a rooster, a viper, and a monkey. The sack was then sealed and thrown into a river or the sea. It was a symbolic punishment, meant to deny the criminal a proper burial and subject them to a frantic, terrifying end. We're halfway through our list, and at number 5, we encounter the infamous Tarpeian Rock. This was a steep cliff on the Capitoline Hill in Rome, used as an execution site. Traitors, perjurers, and those with significant physical or mental disabilities were sometimes thrown from this rock. It was a swift and brutal end, a public declaration that these individuals were being cast out from Roman society. The fall was a symbol of their complete and utter rejection by the city. At number 4, we have a punishment that targeted not the body, but the legacy. *damnatio memoria*. This translates to damnation of memory, when an emperor or prominent figure was declared an enemy of the state after their death. The Senate could vote to erase them from history. Their statues were torn down, their names were chiseled off public buildings, and their images were removed from coins. It was an attempt to completely obliterate a person's existence from the collective memory, a punishment considered by many to be worse than death itself. Now we're entering the top 3. At number 3 is death by molten gold. This punishment was famously, though perhaps apocryphally, used against the Roman general Marcus Licinius Crassus by the Parthians. Legend says that after his defeat, his captors poured molten gold down his throat, a symbolic and brutal mockery of his legendary greed. While its historical accuracy is debated, the story captures the Roman fascination with punishments that were not only cruel, but also poetically just in their own twisted way. Our runner-up for the most cruel punishment, at number 2, is the brazen bull. This terrifying device was a hollow bronze statue of a bull with a door on the side. The victim was locked inside and a fire was lit underneath. As the metal heated up, The person inside was slowly roasted to death. The bull was designed with a system of tubes and stops so that the victim's screams were converted into sounds that resembled the bellowing of a bull. It was a machine that turned human agony into a horrifying spectacle. And finally, at number 1, the most cruel and elaborate punishment of ancient Rome, the ponicole we mentioned earlier, but with a deeper look. While we touched upon it at number 6, its sheer psychological and physical horror deserves the top spot. The combination of being scourged, sealed in a dark, confined space with frantic and dangerous animals, and then drowned, represents a multi-layered form of torture. It attacked every sense and played on the most primal fears: darkness, confinement, wild animals, and drowning. It wasn't just an execution, it was a carefully crafted nightmare, designed to be the ultimate penalty for the ultimate crime in Roman eyes, the betrayal of family. So there you have it, a glimpse into the brutal system of justice in ancient Rome. These punishments reveal a society that valued order and power above all else, using fear as a primary tool of control. What do you think? Which punishment was the most horrifying? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this journey into the past fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.